What's happening, y'all? Showman Flex back at it again with another video topic for today. Happy Sunday to everybody. Hope everybody is gearing up for the week. We about to get into it with another dope topic. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Thank y'all so much for joining this channel and this community. Thank you so much. I'm very humbled and grateful that you're here. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the old ones and the recurring ones that have been here since day one. I always got to shout y'all out. We're going to get into it, right? Handsome privilege is a thing. Yes, handsome privilege is a thing. I talked about a few days ago about women can be intimidated by handsome men, right? And I gave my reasons for that, right? The reason that pretty women or women in general are intimidated by good-looking men, right? But we're going to get into what handsome privilege is and kind of what some men, you know, listen, it's a thing. Like pretty privilege is a thing. Handsome privilege is absolutely a thing, right? Or as Ron Wills, and I like to reference him a lot, calls the select man, right? Because somebody commented on one of my videos, and I think it was that video, about women being intimidated by good-looking men. I think they said, can you talk about the select man, right? And I say, you know, handsome privilege, right? Because, like, even though that's a term that's being used, right? But it's kind of similar. Because if you're a handsome dude, I'm just gonna cut to it. You ain't gotta work it, you ain't gotta do as much. A lot of handsome men, a lot of dudes that are select or handsome men, have handsome privilege, they don't have to work as hard. They don't have to work as hard as hard as somebody that's a non-select dude or a non-attractive guy has to work, right? Like women would let you get away, women would let you get away with shit. Some women, not all, but some women would let a handsome dude get away with shit, not being as consistent with texting, you know, probably even playing them a little bit, having a little bit of a roster, or, you know, and the dude might kind of lie and say he ain't got no roster, but shorty suspecting shit, and she gonna let shit slide, right? And, you know, you'll have some women in the comment section be like, nah, I ain't never getting played like that. I ain't never gonna, look, but your homegirl will. They homegirl, like, gonna let them get away with shit. You know what I mean? Being kind of nonchalant, you know, like, honestly, y'all, dude don't have to wait as long to get the kitty cat. Like, the 90-day rule shit don't apply. Like, listen, y'all, and the funny thing about it is that some handsome dudes, like, handsome privilege or handsome dudes, they're in two different categories, okay? Either one, you'll have a handsome dude that honestly ain't a player. He not even a player. Like, he can get women. He know he can get women, but he really not a playboy like that. He kind of like square. He kind of square for real. He ain't even really out here like that, making motion, doing all this stuff. He'll settle down with one really good looking woman, baddie maybe even, and he cool. Probably ain't had but like maybe 5 to 10 bodies in his lifetime, believe it or not, right? And then you had a second handsome dude that got a roster. He got a roster for real. That's the typical one that most women think all handsome dudes are. Like, this dude out here, he a hoe for real. He out here, you know, he in the streets. He getting all kinds of poom, all kinds of kitty cat, all that, right? But, you know, that's the typical one. That's the one that they see coming. You know, that's the one that they kind of assume every handsome dude is like, right? And honestly, some women are cool with him having a roster even, y'all. Like, I know, like, listen, I know this is kind of foreign to some dudes, because this type of handsome dude, you'll see them with, you'll see this dude with a different group of women every week, you know, and he just is basically, he's just living his life like a rock star type of shit, or like a professional athlete, you know, just basically because he's a good looking dude, right? And honestly, if you have handsome privilege, you really don't have to be tall. And I've talked a lot about, you know, height. I've made another video about the fact that height really don't matter like that to women, right? But specifically, handsome dudes, they can be like 5'7", 5'8". I know that might be a shock to y'all, but handsome dudes can be 5'7", 5'8", 5'6", even. Hell, 5'5". They can be that. Like if they handsome and they got and then they working out, they got body gain happening too. They got their own job, they got their own crib. You know, even though handsome privilege means you really ain't gotta have a job or a car. You ain't gotta have. You really could be a loser for real. You really could be a bump. To some women, they'll drive you around. They let you ride their whip. They'll let you drive their whip, and you ain't gotta have nothing. But I don't suggest that. I suggest, you know, look, I even suggest handsome men be like, yo, get your own whip, get your own crib, even if it's just a studio apartment. Move out your mom's house, please. Get your body right. Like, you want to be hitting on all multiple cylinders. You know what I'm saying? But if you handsome and you got handsome privilege, you don't have to have a lot going on. You don't have to have money. You do not. Even though I said you need to have your own crib, your own job, income, but you really don't. And see, this is where the money men and the status men, they sometimes can be envious a little bit, especially if the money men, assuming the money man and the status man ain't really handsome, don't have the looks or the body, right? They just got the money and the status. That's it. That's all they got. Money and status. Yeah, they kind of be envious of dudes, broke dudes that are handsome. And you may be like, man, that's bullshit. I don't believe that, because all women want men with money, yeah, but women gonna cheat on that money dude with the handsome dude to get their rocks off, to get cracked, to get cracked. You know what I mean? To get cracked like they money man can't crack them right. Ain't been able to crack them right since they got together. And she been resenting his ass because of that. She been mad at him because of that. So she's like gonna find somebody else to do her in right. And that be the handsome dude with the body game and everything like that. That's handsome privilege. And she gonna keep it a secret because women know very well how to keep secrets. They know how to do that. If she not getting pleased in some area, in that area, that department, she gonna find somebody else. He ain't doing it, she gonna find somebody else that's doing it. Especially if the dude with money and status got other women that he's on too, because he got money and status. So, and a lot of times she cool with that. See, a lot of times, man, that's how these money and status relationships be going, man. Y'all can say that because y'all be like, yeah, money and status and this and that. And again, I am the type of dude that says you need to have your own crib, you need to have your own job, a career, you need to have good income coming in as a man for you. But the truth still remains that money and status ain't enough to keep a woman like happy. Like, it's still other areas that a man can lack, and that's all they focusing on. Because women are like that. Women, y'all gotta understand, man. Women like a thrill in that way. They like a good looking dude. I'm sorry, they just do. Now you can't. Now it's only but so much you can control with your face. But having a skincare routine, mouth taping to make sure that you working on not having a double chin, like, and that is just slumped up under here type shit, you know, losing weight, because when you lose weight on your face. It's automatically gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Cheekbones get more defined. But the body, you can control that shit to the utmost, right? But and some women would consider that in the handsome category to a degree. You know what I mean? Like, but my point being is that, yeah, handsome privilege is a privilege. Like, you can do no wrong in a woman's eye to a degree. They'll put up with your shit. They'll put up with stuff. Like, they'll put up with a dude cheating. They'll put up with a dude, you know, like, not having money. They'll put up with a dude. They'll put up with a dude just for the simple fact that other women are looking at him. Other women kind of want to be around him because he's good looking. Like, you know, he got options. He got motion. Like, women are like that because they are very competitive too. Women are very competitive. That's why you'll see some women say, you know what, I'm just going to deal with a medium ugly dude or whatever, you know. And people got different definitions for that, I guess. But medium ugly dude or average looking dude or a dude that's not attractive like that, I'm just going to deal with that because every woman don't want to be with that. But every woman want to be with a man that's handsome. I don't even want to deal with that hassle. A lot of women don't even want to deal with the hassle of that. So that's why sometimes you'll see women say, you know, and think that a handsome dude is a player. And that's kind of another thing that's a part of the handsome privilege to a degree. Believe it or not, that's kind of a part of that. You instantly get put in a category like where women think that you pull. Women think that you get women all the time. You know, you could be out and about and, you know, like you get stares all the time. You know, women may even make suggestions to you and come up to you and compliment you on shit. You know what I mean? And kind of even, you know, and then it's like, if a woman come up to you and compliment you on some shit, you know, you can instantly, you know, talk to them at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy at that point, right? So if they do that, that's another form of handsome privilege, right? And honestly, that may be on even to another level of handsome type shit, right? To be completely honest, that may be you might be shit. And it's another term. Well, this is from a dude named Cousin T-Talk, alpha showpiece. That's a little different. That's a whole nother little category. But like, cause now you getting women approaching you on some shit. Like, and that's kind of another level of handsome privilege, right? But all in all, it is a such thing as that. Because on my TikTok, I talk a lot about pretty privilege for women, right? Because I have a large following with a women audience on my TikTok, right? But the select man and the handsome privilege thing, it's a real thing. And honestly, you'll know if you out on the field, you out in the streets, you interact, and not only you interact, but women interact with you in a way that shows that you have handsome privilege, right? By doing certain things, like maybe even approaching you or being like, oh, I love your outfit, or I love your tattoos, or you know, so yeah, I bet you get all the women, don't you? You know what I mean? Like, type shit, just subtle stuff, you know, like, and it really be, it just, you know, they'll even stop in front of you. They walk in, they stop in front of you, look back a little bit, and kind of act like they ain't looking, and they're looking around. Look, man, women shoot they shot in different ways. But when you have handsome privilege, you're gonna see these type of things. As opposed to, you know, handsome privilege in a nutshell is you living in a different realm and world than dudes that are not as attractive, right? Because dudes that are not attractive or deemed as attractive, I'm gonna be completely for real, they get ignored, right? They're kind of like just there, you know, so it's a different thing. But that's what handsome privilege is in a nutshell, right? That's all I got. You know what I mean? This shit is real. This shit is real out here. Some people consider that the select man, maybe even alpha showpiece, but you know, maybe that could be, if y'all want me to talk more about alpha showpiece, that's a whole nother topic. We can get into that, right? It's a whole nother level, but it's there, right? That's it, y'all. That's it for today. This your man Flex. I'm out. Happy Sunday. Blessings to everybody. Make sure to click that subscribe button below. You want to see more videos. That way you get notifications for all these videos that I do. If I post a new one or drop a new one. Hey, we out. Peace.